Renegades of Long Beach Roller Derby, and you're watching MoonKILL Radio. Woo-hoo!
What's on the Slab, reviewing albums of the past, not doing the new music thing. That's the new, the other segment. This is going past the 15-year kind of threshold, older albums, again, classic albums, stuff that we're playing, you know, stuff that still gets played in-house, stuff that we still play on our show. Again, for those who don't know, if this is your entry, MoonKILL Radio, we play a lot of what we call the alternative sound. Basically, you know, your underground sound, your punk, your indie, your rockabilly, ska, everything. Just, you know, that's how we grew up, infused with all that together. Old and new, right? Old bands, new bands. But we play a lot of new bands. But we like, of course, to play some classics, throw them in there with a lot of new bands. But we love to get the new bands out. If you don't know, check out our videos here on YouTube. We have a lot of live sessions with a lot of new bands, local bands. We try and support our and your local community. So we want to give props, shout outs to the local bands we have in-house, that we've had in-house, you know, like Enemy, Mayan Managram, The Groans, who else? Jackson to go. You know, local bands like that, but then we've also had a couple touring bands and a few more that are willing to come in. Velvet Q, check them out. Great. Velvet Q, man, I love you ladies. Rebecca, love Rebecca. Love song, forget it. It's my shit. Right. Velvet Q from Seattle, and then also Hot Mom from Austin, Texas. We did a tape review as well. There was one of them was Hot Mom from Austin, Texas. They came through, hit us up. They've played for us as well. So not just LA bands, you know, I mean, not just LA bands, Orange County, of course, the greater LA area. But we like to bring you a lot of new music. We do the new Mondays, the new music Mondays also. But this is what's on the Slab. So this is basically the new music for us is from now 10 to 15 years, okay? So what's on the Slab is stuff a little older. Again, we like to say, hey, you know, if you're digging what we're doing, subscribe, like, leave some comments, leave any kind of comments you got. You like the show, you like the albums we're doing, you like you don't like the show or the albums we're doing, whatever, man. You know, you just want to be a prick and say something, do that too. Because if that's how I'm going to take it, I'm just going to laugh at it. But at least it makes me laugh, right? You know, yeah, any suggestions, what we could be doing better, what we could be doing this or that, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. So this edition of What's on the Slab, we're not going back as far as some of the other ones, but another great one. This is, oh, my God. Hold on. I got to plug this in. Oh, this is one of our faves, man. This is the first studio album this band put out, and which is still the best to me. Sorry, Buzz, it's still the best. This is Primus's Frizzle Fry record. Okay? Frizzle Fry by Primus, 1990. Okay? I believe the first thing they put out was the live record, Suck on This. Or Suck on This? Yeah, Suck on This. But the first studio record was Frizzle Fry. Because, well, of course, look at that artwork. Who doesn't see that and be like, wow, I gotta know what that sounds like. Yeah. I have to know what that sounds like. And you flip it over and you're like, holy shit, what is this about? This is some craziness right here. Not much to it that we got. We didn't get one back then. This is on Caroline Records. It's a little red label there. Black vinyl, right? Your basics, right? 1990, Caroline Records. Oh my God. To Defy the Laws of Tradition. That's what the first song is. And again, it starts off with, you hear a live version. If you've never heard this record before, again, the first album they put out was Suck on This, which was a live record. And there was about 3 tracks on there that never made it to any album that I remember. At least back then, there was no album. That there was a couple tracks, and I don't remember the names of them, that never made it to album. They were just on that record alone. But they put that out first. Then this came out. So you hear that live, because they open up with YYZ by Rush on that record. You hear the beginning of this, and it's just about to go into it. Boom, it stops. They go into Laws to Defy the Laws of Tradition. A lot of those songs on that record are on this record, of course. Groundhog's Day, and then the all-time favorite. There's always hits or shit like that, but there's always album favorites. Everybody always has it. Too Many Puppies is probably to me one of the album favorites on here. One of them, everyone knows, everyone loves. Mr. Know It All, great song. Like, of course, you have. I'll go through the rest. Frizzle Fry, which is a great jam. Slow. It starts off slow, but then they get to the end, and it's just 100 mile boom. Grease Lightning, man. They start jamming, and you hear Les Claypool picking it. Oh my God, just ridiculous. Like, back then it was like, who the hell is this guy? John. That's the first side. Second side, John the Fisherman. Just good, like, there's good rock melody, good rock tracks here, just hard rock tracks, and it's like a great funky indie punk pop rock hard rock album. It's like all these genres mixed together. You Can't Kill Michael Malloy, which is just a quick little like strings doodad little thing. The Toys Go Winding Down, which is a slow one, but that bass, you can't get past the bass. Oh my God. And then, of course, another album favorite, Pudding Time, ridiculous. Saddington Willoughby, the band that used to things of this and that, right? Spaghetti Western, which is kind of an instrumental. He just kind of talks over it. But that drum on that song, that opening drum, oh my God, dude. Herald of the Rocks, and Defy. They go back into Defy. Yeah. So for those that know Primus, you know what I'm talking about. For those that don't know Primus or don't know this Primus, the beginning of Primus, because they did get a little slow and smoked out later. I'm sorry, guys, you did. And not that it's bad. It's just a little too slow and smoked out for me, especially when you see this album and you see them live and they're new and they're fresh and they're jumping around and the music's jumping around and, and you see them with Fishbone and people like that, and it's like, wow, fucking awesome, and then they get slow and smoky and, which is cool. It's all good, man. But this is awesome track. Again, Les Claypool, one of the best bass players. He's so hypnotic to watch. Larry Lalonde on guitar, if I'm saying that right. I'm sorry, Larry Lalonde. But for those that don't know who that is or who he is or his history, he was in a what's that band, man? What's that band? Obsessed. That's right. Larry Lalonde was in Obsessed, which was like a speed metal band in the early 80s. Yeah. Yeah, for those that don't know that part of it, he was like, what? Like Primus to the speed? Yeah. Larry Lalonde was in a speed metal band called Obsessed. Look it up. It was a good band. I loved Larry Lalonde. He was awesome. He was he's a great guitar player, and it's so funny that he plays the way he does, because it's like it's so not speed metal on this record, and it's just like a bunch. It's like he plays noises in the background to Les Claypool's playing, and then but the drummer Tim Herb Alexander, man, that guy is an underrated drummer, and I being an ex drummer, not that I drum for a living, but that guy is one of the most underrated musicians, man, especially at that time. And and Les Claypool gets a lot of recognition for what he does, but Tim Alexander, the drummer that's on this record up until I think he left in the mid '90s, that guy is freaking. If you're a drummer, if you never heard this record, listen to this record. His drumming, man, is fucking phenomenal. He's up there with the greats to me, man. I love the, again, personal. It's a personal thing, and I have a lot of arguments with people because I'm not a big. I love John Bonham and Zeppelin. It's another argument, but I'm not a big Bonham fan. But this guy is underrated. Again, check it out. Primus sucks. Or Primus, Frizzle Fry. Primus sucks. That's what they used to scream back then. If you never heard it, check it out. Get on it. And if you have heard it, play it again. All right, play it loud and nice. Just, man, listen to all the instrumentation is ridiculous. Again, that's what's on the slab. This edition, what's on the slab. Thank you for watching, and leave your comments. Any comments on what I've said, leave it down there. Hit the subscribe button, the likes, all that good stuff. Check out our info, anything we got going on. Check out the bands that we have for our live sessions. Check them out and their medias and all their stuff, all right? Again, MoonKILL Radio. What's on the slab? We're out. Till next one.